Hey you guys, what's going on? Once again, this is Ryan with Ryan's Travel, RVing, and Off-Grid channel. And I'm very excited to be here and make a video today for you guys. It is officially about 83 degrees. It's a little bit hot today. I'm wearing a black shirt. We're gonna get through this, but it is so incredible out here today on the homestead. The birds are always chirping. The leaves are always whistling and moving and ruffling, and the trees are swaying. And when it comes down to it, today is a perfect day for me to make a video for my part 3 of my bucket and my container garden. And I'm very excited to show you guys real quick part 3. I just pretty much want to take my camera and my stand that's in front of me around my garden behind me. I want to give you guys a little tour of everything that's going on. I want to give you guys a tour of everything that's thriving. And I also want to tell you guys what's not thriving. And I want to pretty much take you guys on a full idea of all the maintenance that I've been doing on each plant species, and how to pretty much maintain your garden on part 3 as your summer is progressing. We've gotten past our flowering stages. I have gotten hundreds and hundreds of different types of fruits already. We've already made pickles. We've made different types of pickled veggies. We're doing all different types of ingredients and recipes, and at this point we just want to pretty much show you guys what's thriving and what we're going to pretty much be doing to maintain our plants at part 3. This is going to be part 3 out of a 4-part series. Part 4 is going to be pretty much how to shut down and close your container and your bucket garden shop, pretty much when it comes down to your garden, how to pretty much get ready for fall, and how to pretty much get everything prepped and ready for the next stages. But for now, what I'm doing is I'm going to show you guys a quick tour. I want to take the camera around to each plant species, show you guys how everything's doing, a real quick tour. And at that point, I pretty much want you guys to understand how everything's doing. We are in central Wisconsin. Pretty much we have had pretty good amounts of rain, and everything is going good. So what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to take this and I'm going to pretty much get ready to take you guys kind of on a little tour. Let me get this camera focused in. And let me make this a little bit smaller. There we go. So to start off, we have our pepper plant section. We have tons of bell peppers that have already come out. We're doing pretty good. We are in the stages pretty much of medium to smaller size bell peppers. We've already harvested over 15 or 20 of them. They're coming out red, orange, yellow, and all different colors. If you guys want to look real quick, I'm going to break this down. But yes, our bell peppers are growing. They're small to medium size, and they're doing very, very well. And when it comes down to it, we've already harvested, I would say, like a bunch of them, and we've already used them in tons of recipes. And look at this one right here. So when it comes down to it, our bell peppers are doing amazing. We have 4 different kinds. I think we're doing red, orange, yellow, and green. And they have been producing all different kinds all over the garden as we've been going. Our cayenne pepper plants right here, I want to show you guys how they're doing. Right here, if you guys can see our cayenne pepper plants, we literally have amazing red, fully produced cayenne peppers. We're running 6 of these total, and these are perfect for your pickling and all of your different ingredients and recipes. If you ever want to make any type of food that you're making spicy, cayenne pepper is going to be the way to go. These have a lot of kick. They grow and produce amazing here in central Wisconsin, and they're doing awesome. I want to show you guys real quick what's also doing awesome. We have our jalapeno patch right here. If you guys can see, and these are growing awesome. I've already picked about 20 jalapenos from all of our patches. I have multiple different patches of jalapenos that are growing. and they're doing amazing, and they're striving awesome, and they're definitely a very great vegetable to produce at this point. They have a lot of kick to them, and these are very spicy. Another thing that I picked, I've already gotten about 5 or 10 of these babies right here. This is a poblano pepper, and poblanos have a little nice spicy kick to them, and I've gotten tons of stuff off of this one. And then we also have our poblano pepper, 4-pack right here, growing in this container, and these have all been producing a little bit smaller poblanos because of the pot size, but at the end of the day, this pot right here has been producing bigger poblanos because of the pot size. So I think when it comes down to it, poblanos, you're going to want to definitely have a pretty deep rooted system. They look like they're getting big, a lot bigger than your cayennes or your jalapenos. And they're definitely going to want a deeper root system. So next year what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that when I plant my poblanos in here, that we fill this all the way up to the top with dirt. And we also dig down and we put these pepper plants down about 3 to 4 inches, because of the fact that they're going to need that extra space when it comes down to full growth. Okay. But our poblanos are doing awesome, our jalapenos are doing awesome, our bells are doing awesome, our cayennes are doing awesome, and also we have these little babies over here which are super exciting. This is a beautiful little red cherry pepper, hot pepper. These are super hot. These are probably the hottest peppers that I'm producing. These are doing awesome. These little baby hot cherry peppers, super hot. If you're looking for a super hot pepper that's going to grow and produce, I got 6 or 7 of these little babies, and they are always producing really amazing red little baby cherry hot peppers. Over here is my sweet corn patch. Sweet corn's doing pretty well. If you look at it at this point, I don't know exactly if you guys can see, but yes, we are pretty much growing a decent amount of sweet corn. Our tassels are growing great, and when it comes down to it, our sweet corn is growing pretty good here. So we're definitely going to produce some sweet corn. I don't think that mine's going to be the best that I've ever grown, but it's definitely producing well. And our sweet corn is literally about 6 to 7 feet tall at this point, August 12th in the Midwest. So we went through our peppers, we went through our sweet corn. I want to show you guys how well my pumpkin patch is doing actually. We have literally an amazing, beautiful pumpkin. This is really cool for me because I have never successfully in my life grown a pumpkin patch at this point that is this successful or this big. This pumpkin is huge. I mean, if you look at my hand, you know, this is a big pumpkin, and there's about 6 or 7 that are growing in here that are smaller than this one, but this is just a little example of how good that root systems are doing in central Wisconsin. Central Wisconsin is just doing incredible for root systems when it comes to cucumbers, when it comes to squash, when it comes to pumpkin, and when it comes to any type of vine plants. They are thriving incredibly in this patch. Real quick, like I said, I'll show you guys. Here's a little squash that's growing. You know, when it comes down to it, here's a squash. Here's more pumpkin. And these plants are pretty much growing pretty well. They need a significant amount of water, So make sure that you guys plant your vine plants, and make sure that you guys are non-stop giving them incredible amounts of water. I'm behind on my watering. I try my hardest to make sure that I water all of my plants efficiently, but you want to make sure that you give them enormous amounts of water at this point. Once they're getting past their flowering stages and they're hitting their actual fruitation stage, you're going to make sure that you give each pot, each container, and all vine plants your utmost closest attention, and make sure that you give them tons and tons of water. Right now, when it comes down to fruiting, your water is going to depend on how big your fruits are going to get and how successful your actual garden is going to be. But yeah, let's move along. Let's keep going real quick, you guys. I'm doing celery right here. If you guys can see, it's doing very well. It's not as big as I would want it to be, but it's definitely getting bigger and bigger each week. It's definitely getting to a point where it's going to be thick enough to be edible at this point soon. And it'll be awesome to make different types of pickling recipes, salads, and tons of different stuff out of our celery. Our little Brussels sprouts aren't doing too well. I want to let you guys know that these are just not striving. I had a fact in my head that Brussels sprouts were already hard to grow, and I'm kind of doing a little experiment pot this year. I've been watering these incredibly. I'm always pulling weeds out of them. I'm always giving them nutrients. And at the end of the day, you know, they're just not growing as big as most people's Brussels sprouts grow. So I don't know. I might call it a fail for Wisconsin Brussels sprouts when it comes down to it. But at this point, you know, we might attempt to do them in a different way in the future. Candy bulb onions are doing awesome, you guys. Look at this. I'm just going to pull one because this one's about ready to go. These are beautiful. These are been incredible. We've already pulled about 20 or 30 of these. These candy bulb onions get real nice and big. They're perfect for shish kebabs, fajitas, all different types of recipes for things that we've actually had up here with our whole entire crew. I've made tons of different things for everybody over our fires and our camping when it comes down to it, with all these different types of vegetables, and it has truly been an incredible experience. So candy bulb onions are doing awesome. If you want to know, if you want to grow them, they are definitely doing pretty good. Let's keep going this way. So here we have my tomato section and my other corn section. And from what I see and what's happening, our tomatoes are doing awesome. As you can see, we have literally humongous, incredible, huge beefsteak tomatoes coming out. And I have about 4 or 5 plants. We've already produced about, I would say 15 tomatoes are about to be produced here on our first harvest cycle. So I'm hoping to keep continuing. We have tons of flowering happening all over our tomatoes, and I hope that pretty much over time we get as many as we can. I'm going to see how it goes and see how everything plays out with them. Cabbage. So we have our cabbage right here. Cabbage is doing pretty good. It takes tons of water. I have actually put more dirt in these pots as I've gone. What I've learned with cabbage is they have to be deep rooted. You got to make sure that you give plenty of root space for your cabbage to thrive, and to make sure that they're standing up, because your bulbs here are going to get pretty much get real heavy. And what's going to happen is you're going to pretty much have to put a deep rooted dirt system in to make sure that these are standing up and still thriving. I've been trying to work on them as much as I can, But as you can see, you're going to have random leaves like this that are going to slowly break off or get discolored because of the fact that these require so much attention, so much water, so much depth, that it's hard to keep up with them. But they're doing well, and we have 3 huge heads of cabbage here, and we're going to keep continuing them on and see how they do. What I'm going to admit right now, I've already tried it last year, and then this year it's been a complete disaster, is my broccoli. My broccoli has probably been my worst crop. As you can see, this is literally a broccoli plant that I'm growing, and in central Wisconsin, with the nutrient system and the temperature and the sunlight, it just doesn't grow broccoli good. All these are broccoli plants. They have been trying to thrive. I've de-weeded them. I have given them tons of nutrients and water, and they still are not producing heads of actual legitimate broccoli. It's kind of just a string of randomness, and we're gonna see where it goes. But I might have to give up on the whole broccoli growing thing. Next we have our cauliflower, and this is South Blanchy cauliflower. It's doing pretty well. It's about to get into actual cauliflower fruitation soon. Right now it just pretty much is in the stages of getting there. I don't know what it is about bugs and pests, but they truly love cauliflower pretty dramatically. So you got to be really careful with your cauliflower. You're going to have a lot of pests come in and try to attempt to eat your cauliflower. My suggestion is to go over all of your plants that are being pested by insects and all different types of things, and make a small amount of very, very light soapy water, and give your plants a spray of soapy water a little bit over your plants to try and help keep the insects off of them. But yeah, this is South Blanchy cauliflower. It's been doing pretty well. Like I said, we're gonna wait and see how it goes. We're about to actually start growing the actual cauliflower at this point. It's a longer growing plant, and this is something you're just gonna have to be a little patient with. Up next, this is really, really cool, but I'm actually growing, if you guys can see these little Black Beauty eggplants, and these little guys right here, Black Beauty eggplants, are growing awesome. They're getting pretty tall. They're thriving pretty amazing. This is the first time I've ever grown them. And each one is just fruiting a really, really nice eggplant fruit. So I have 3 growing right now. They are just beautiful. They're purple. They're amazing looking. And I can't wait until these are done, because this is the first time I've ever attempted eggplant, and they are doing awesome. All right, up next is my favorite spot right here behind me. And if you guys want to look at it, I'm going to actually extend the camera for this one, because of the fact that we have literally taken our cucumber section and we have ran a complete intensive vine system up this side right here, all the way up to the gazebo. And pretty much we have ran a entire cucumber patch system all the way up and down this fence, as you can see. We have over 30 plants right now of cucumbers that are growing. I'm growing 6 or 7 different kinds. It's just non-stop. I've already picked about 100 of them. We have them on salads, we have them by themselves, we use them in tons of recipes. We've made tons of different styles and types of pickles already, and this is what I would say is my favorite crop here in Wisconsin. It is an incredible growing and thriving vine plant species. that pretty much is incredible. So if you guys in central Wisconsin or the Midwest want to get into vine plants, I highly suggest cucumbers. We are going to be creating many different types of pickles soon. We're going to actually mass produce cucumbers 2 to 3 acres, and we are going to actually turn this crop into an actual fully functional, scalable, real life operation that's going to feed hundreds of people and give us an actual bartering project that we can go to any farmer's market and we can actually barter and trade our crop and our favorite thriving and growing species to all of the people at the farmer's market. So that's what we're doing here. Like I said, you guys, let me give you guys like a little quick tour of the different styles that we're growing. You got these little babies right here. These are going to be your bush pickles right here. These are going to be your style. We're going to cut and slice into halves and quarters for pickles. We have your burpless right here. Here's our burpless. These are growing awesome. Let me come over here. And then eventually, as you guys can see, Macklemore. We also have 2 or 3 different kinds that are growing up and down this whole entire fence, which were random seeds that I'm doing experiments with. Here's another burpless. But we have literally cucumbers that are growing in weird different ways. I mean, we have some different types of species all over this fence. So what I'm doing is pretty much breaking down all the different kinds that we have. We're making all different kinds of recipes. We're trying all different kinds of pickling ways, and pretty much that's what we're doing when it comes down to it. So yeah, that's our cucumbers. Here's a real quick plant that I want to show you guys. This is our little cherry tomato pear plant, and this little baby's really cool. It's growing incredible little amounts of these little baby cherry tomato type style yellow pear tomatoes. We've already harvested about 100 of these off this little baby. It just keeps popping them out. Literally, it's an awesome plant. We've made shish kebabs, we've made salads, fajitas, all different types of stuff with these. And these are just non-stop producing, as you can see. I mean, look at that. This plant vined out over 3.5 feet, and it just is full of new bulb cherry little pear tomatoes. So highly suggested. I'm going to definitely do lots more of these next year, because these have been a very special treat for everybody. So yeah, and then what I'm doing also is I'm doing experiments in the sand here versus bucket garden and actual compost. We're doing tons of different species to make sure that we're testing all the different nutrient systems when it comes down to it. Here's a couple baby tomato plants that I've started from seed that are doing really, really well. And like I said, these are experiments that these 2 tomato plants right here and right here are pretty much growing a little bit smaller than the other ones, but these are from seed, and they're also coming straight out of a box flower bed garden out of the Wisconsin sand and regular dirt. So like I said, we're doing a lot of experiments of sand and dirt versus your compost and your actual bought fertilizers that you're going to create over time. Make sure that this stand is all good. But yeah, you guys, we have tons of peppers, tons of corn. You know, cabbage is doing pretty well. Lettuce, we chose not to grow this year because we didn't really have any extra space, and I was getting pretty full on all of my containers. And everything is pretty much going good. I mean, you're pretty much going to go through all of your plants. You're going to want to pretty much give them all of the nutrients that they need. Make sure you water them very progressively. Make sure you're always looking after your setup. Make sure that that you're always just checking on your plants. You know, as you can see, you guys, I have an incredible garden this year. It's literally fed tons and tons of people. It's been here for us to provide and to give us what we need. I actually chose this year not even to set up any type of a timered water system. I actually enjoy just literally turning on the hose and literally just watering my own garden. And it just gives me satisfaction to know that I am taking individual care of each species. I'm taking individual care of each bucket, each container, each plant. I'm de-weeding all around their root systems. I'm taking out all of the random pieces of grass and weeds that are going to suck up nutrients from them. And I'm pretty much just making sure that they're always staying watered. All of your flower beds are full of water all the time. You know, make sure that your buckets are watered. My suggestion to you guys is to make sure that you guys don't have plant burn, that you guys water from, I would say, you know, about 6 a.m. to about 9:30 to 10 a.m. is going to be your morning time that you're going to want to water. And when it comes down to it, at night in the PM, you're going to pretty much want to pick some time around 5 to about sundown, or, you know, 9-10 p.m. that you're going to water. If you water during the hours of, I would say, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., you're going to risk plant burn. And what that means is your sun is going to retract its ultraviolet radiation into that water, and it's going to magnify the sunlight into that plant, and it's going to pretty much you know, burn the leaves. It's going to burn the plant, and it's going to, over time, it's going to be not good overall for the existence and long-term growth of that plant. Like I said, you guys, we're doing amazing out here. We're making sure everything's good to go. Real quick, here's a little bean plant I got that's really cool. That's been producing a bunch of these little beans. And these babies are growing right up the canopy wall and just been producing non-stop beans for us. But yeah, this is going to be part 3. I'm going to cut the video soon. I usually make my videos about 20 to 25 minutes. I appreciate all of you guys watching. I appreciate all of you guys checking out my videos. This is just what we've done this year as a experimental basis. This is about you know, 200 different types of plants, multiple amounts of different species, that we're just doing common tests and experiments to make sure that we understand the nutrient system for our soils, and making sure that we understand exactly what's happening with our plants. You know, maintenance wise, you're going to want to make sure that you understand how to take care of your cucumbers. You're going to want to make sure you take care of your tomatoes, and you're going to want to make sure you take care of your peppers in certain ways. There's 3 different methods for all 3 different types of species that I just mentioned, that you're going to actually use to pretty much break down and to prune your plants. Okay, I'm going to give you guys just a real quick summary of what I know and what I've been doing. When it comes down to it, when you prune your pepper plants, you pretty much, you know, are going to go through a different phase and you're going to go online, and I'm going to pretty much put pictures of peppers, cucumbers, and tomatoes in the comments section after this video that you guys can check out to understand exactly what I'm talking about when it comes down to pruning your peppers, your cucumbers, and your tomatoes. These are 3 different plant species that pretty much, when it comes down to it, I've learned dramatically this year. There are ways to make your peppers, your tomatoes, and your cucumbers grow better, grow more efficiently, and also grow more towards your growth of your actual fruit, and not spreading out growth amongst the plant when it comes down to it. So what I want you guys to do is just check out the comments after this video. I'm going to put up the 3 different species of how to pretty much prune tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. This has been part 3 of my video. I truly pretty much thank you guys so much and appreciate you guys for sharing my videos, for following my page, and for pretty much understanding and seeing exactly what we're doing out here and what our long-term goal is and what the macro is at this point in time. Growing your own food is going to be something essential you're going to want to get into. We are at times right now in our economy, in the world, and in our lives where this is going to be something that is substantial to your living, to your health, to your dieting, and to everything about what you're doing in your life. I truly and highly suggest getting out and making an incredible bucket and container garden. Get out in the sun, take in some vitamin D, experiment with some plants, start to learn different aspects of the world and God and what He's able to grow for you right here in front of our eyes. And to have an incredible time doing it. Love every moment. Take a nice deep breath as you go, and truly just love and live the dream that you want to live when it comes down to being healthy, being off grid, taking full control of your diet and all the things that you intake into your body, and understanding exactly where your food comes from and what's going on with it. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. My name is Ryan with Ryan's Travel, RVing, and Off-Grid channel. This has been a pleasure today. It is an incredible day. I'm going to go get ready to post this video for you guys and get it online. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys hit up my page, like, follow, share, send this video to anybody that's looking for some garden maintenance and tips and techniques and ideas. Maybe someone that lives in central Wisconsin that could maybe take some of this knowledge and valuable real-time raw footage of what's really happening out here with the sand, the soil, and everything that we're doing to make sure that we have the best harvests in our garden all around, and that we have an incredible year. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for everything. Make sure you guys follow my page, subscribe to everything, and we will see you guys soon with another video. All right, you guys, bye.